The Grimwade family actually showing real life despite social media feeding us all that real hype. We just some real guys trying to give some high definition to reality. Family acrobatically juggling life, smothered in cracks to avoid eternal casualty trust. It ain't easy, but teamwork make the dream work. It's me, Ella, Hezzy, Hosanna, Harper and Hallie, and I ain't forget that has a rage and the family.
Right, so we want the green one for your hair, all your hair, that you get like lost behind in the night time. You wake up like a hairy head of hair, isn't it?
Yeah.
But where's Harper gone? Where's she gone? Look at the Grimwade Gang. She's hiding behind all this hair. Alright, Harper. So, should we tell the Grimwade Gang what we're going to use in your hair? Yeah. Yes. We're going to use the Herbal Essences, and it's the Bio Renew. But anyway, this one is a sulfate-free shampoo. Again, like for... which child are you? For Harper. For Harper's hair. So I don't want to like weigh Harper's hair down with like too many products, because she's got like obviously quite silky curls. It's grown so much. Do you want to turn around? The Grimwade Gang can see how long your hair is getting. And obviously this is it curled at the minute. It definitely needs a wash, as you can see. She looks like she's been dragged through a bush at the moment. But yeah, if I put like anything that's too heavy and greasy in her hair, it just doesn't let it be free. So we're just going to shampoo it with this nice shampoo, sulfate-free one. Oh, sorry, yes, your hand is up.
Normally, Mummy just tells us to wet our hair.
Yeah, if you're going to have, like, in the week, when we're not shampooing it that day, I'll just get them to wet their hair just to refresh their curls. But yeah, these two are obviously from the same line. And we've got the sulfate-free shampoo and the sulfate-free conditioner. So we're going to go in and wash Harper's hair now. It's your turn, Princess. Alright, so with Harper's hair, she's got actually a lot of hair on her head, right? So when looking at the kids, you guys might think that, head down, Baba, there you go, just there. You guys might think that Harper and Hallie's hair are very similar. Is that okay, the temperature?
Yeah.
Good. But what it is, I do think that each strand of their hair is probably like similar thickness, but it's just that Harper's got more strands of hair on her head, if that makes sense. Sometimes people kind of confuse saying thin hair and thick hair rather to like quantity of hair. So like the strands of Harper and Hallie's hair are similar in thickness, but I think Harper's just got more quantity of hair on her head. Although I do use the same shampoos on their hair. Basically, Harper, you don't have to fall into the bath, sweetie. You can come up a little bit. Good girl. There you go. Basically, with Harper's hair, I can get away, because I like having their hair out if possible, I can actually get away with Harper's hair being a lot dirtier for longer than I can with Hallie's, I reckon. Are you okay?
Yeah.
And when I say dirty, I just mean, oh, maybe it went 2 weeks without a wash rather than rather than 1 week. Okay, right, you stay here. Good girl. I'm going to put the shampoo in now, okay? So make sure your eyes are shut and you just stay there. Right, so there we go. See, this shampoo tricks you because the bottle is green, but the actual shampoo is clear. So I'm going to put this in her head, and her hair kind of like, it gets wet. It gets wet like easy enough, but I do have to make sure that when I just want her to refresh her curls, that like if she's doing it in the shower herself, that she actually wets her hair properly, because sometimes the water can just sit on the top of her hair and then inside it, much like Kezzy's hair really, it's not actually wet, and I think that's to do with the quantity of hair that's actually on her head. So you can see today that her hair's not actually too dirty because of how her hair is foamed up so quickly, and that tends to be like, your hair will foam up quicker if your hair's not too dirty, but when your hair's got lots of grease in it, it takes longer for it to like foam up. So I'm just going to give this one wash again, because it's not too dirty. This one, I tell you, this is one of my favourite scented ones. As much as I like the previous Herbal Essences scent, this one is just delightful, I tell you. I love it. So you smell like a real beautiful queen, you do. Alright, come up a little bit for Mummy. There you go. Just there. And then just close your eyes, okay? You got them closed. Good girl. So, obviously, Harper, as much as we think she's a big woman, or she thinks she's a big woman, she's obviously still only 4. So, I still think she's got quite a baby head, really. As much as she's got lots and lots of hair, I don't want to, like, use strong products on her hair. So, again, using a nice sulfate-free shampoo is good. because it's not too stripping for her hair. Are you okay there? You're not getting drowned?
No.
Okay, now I'm going to condition your hair, okay?
Okay.
One thing with, I find hair that is a bit more straight or a bit more like European is that it tangles just much like Afro hair tangles. And I don't want to say sometimes worse, but sometimes it's harder to get the tangles out without breaking the hair. So I'm going to put the conditioner in the ends, and her hair is very, very knotted up, but I'll deal with that afterwards. So I'm going to put conditioner in your ends, and again, because she's got so much hair, I have to use quite a lot of conditioner. There we go. That's why when we have to buy more than one thing at a time, because of all this hair in our family, it gets used up so quickly. So let's get that into your hair. I'm not going to actually comb it today with the conditioner in, but sometimes you might find it's easier to like comb the hair with the conditioner in it. But I'll just make sure I leave in a little bit of conditioner in her hair when I comb it out in a second. Let's rinse your hair out, Harper. Rinse out the conditioner. Is the temperature still okay for you?
Yeah.
Good. In Mummy's hair salon, the best salon in all the world.
Yeah.
That was the right thing. I'll pay you that you said. I'll pay you later, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so all the conditioner should be out of your hair now. There we go. Right, stay there. I'm going to turn off the water, and then we will detangle your hair with the tangle teaser, okay? Alright, Harps. You haven't got too much grass or anything left in your hair from when you was practicing your gymnastics earlier.
Yeah.
If you can see, just turn around a little bit on the stool. Harper's hair, fresh out of the shower. I didn't leave any conditioner in it, but it is quite tangled up. So I don't want to start combing through that straight away. I'm going to put a bit of this Twisted Sister leave-in conditioner in it, which I think you've probably seen us using previously. I'm not sure. But I'm going to put a bit of that in it, and not too much, because like as I said, I don't want to weigh down Harper. Yeah, I got it right for once. Harper's hair too much. So I'm literally going to put about that much in her hair, because I prefer to use too little and then add a bit more. That much, I've rubbed it in now. I prefer to use a little bit and then add a bit more than use too much, okay? So if you turn back, I shall do your hair. And I'm literally going to put it in the ends. And then because her hair is really quite tangled up, I'm going to do this like in a couple of sections. So just using my really good comb, there's my finger. I'm just going to separate this part. And I'm going to use a tangle teaser and start off on the ends. There we go. Hair is obviously very soft, so I just need to make sure I start on the ends and then work my way up. But you need to keep your head. Don't spray the mousse out, young lady. You need to keep your head nice and still for Mummy, okay? So don't be a bobblehead. Keep your head nice and strong, okay? Yeah? And Mummy just combs through it.
No bobbleheads.
So if I'm pulling the comb through, you need to not let me move your head. There we go. Good girl. Wonderful. Great stuff. And using the leave-in conditioner just really helps me to be able to put the tangle teaser through her hair. And look at the difference between where her hair is combed out versus where it's not. So if I for example, on days when I get her just to wet her hair herself in the shower, like not wash it, but just wet it just to refresh the curls, I literally have to make sure that I get to combing it out so quickly, because otherwise she starts moving around and it just dries, and it dries with all the knots in, and then yeah, I have to like respray it and stuff, because I cannot comb it through with all the knots in it, you see, because that would just be ripping your hair out, and I don't want to do that. And I've had not too much shedding compared to Hezzy's hair, but obviously Hezzy's hair's got chemicals in it, so it kind of dries out and breaks. I don't know if any of you Grimwade Gang remember, but the girls used to have dye on the ends of their hair, but when we trimmed their hair, we cut it off, because yeah, I just felt like it was just not great for their hair, to be fair, which I pretty much knew, but it was just because they wanted to have a bit of colour for a bit of a change. But yeah, their hair's definitely benefited from just being left natural now. It's like grown so much. So I'm just going to, she's just going to have her hair out. So I'm just going to brush it all back now that I've combed both the sections. You can put your head up for Mummy. And there we go. And even with that little bit of product in Harper's hair, I can feel it a little bit. So if I put too much in, it would just make her hair like far too greasy. And obviously if if you've just washed it, you don't want to be putting loads of product in to make it like all weighed down with product again. So I'm just going to put that in, and then once I've got it all back, she's going to wear her hairband. I'm going to get the bristle brush. Do you want to just turn around a little bit so they can see me brushing your hair? Unlike Rue's hair, which was these short curls, I just literally comb her hair just straight downwards. And then once I've made sure all the knots are out, so there's no point leaving any knots in there, then I just kind of go like this to let the curls come back in again. And then because I want the front to be, sorry, I'm getting her hairband. Can you hold your hairband for me?
Yeah.
I want the front obviously to like sit down under her hairband. I just use the bristle brush. If you face forward again, sorry, you're going around and around and around, aren't you?
Yeah.
This is just me now concentrating on getting the front nice and smooth. And I literally am going to use, this is just such a cheap little gel, but which I don't particularly say I like to use, but it's all I can get my hands on at the moment. But it's very, very, it's not thick, it's very, very thin. And I just put a little bit of that in the front, just like the smallest amount, just in the front of her hair, just to hold the front down a little bit so I can put her hairband on and it will stay nice and smooth. Is that over your ears properly?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, we've got to get these bits in the back. Under as well. Can we get those under? Do you want to pull your ear out? Your ear out?
No.
Mommy do it. Okay. Okay, Mommy will do it then. There you go. And then once I've bristle brushed it, I just do it with the Tangle Teaser one more time, just to make sure all the hair is in exactly the right place. And then the last thing I do to her hair, if you turn around so Grimwade Gang can see, you can see obviously it's really, really wet. And we're going to leave that to air dry, but I put a little bit of mousse in it. This one is one by Aussie. And I'm just going to put, I found that putting a little bit of mousse in their hair, obviously it grows, stays turned around, just helps to hold the curls throughout the day, and it doesn't make it hard or anything like that. It literally just stops them, yeah, it just keeps them nice and smooth and stops them from going like all frizzy. And also it's good for like revitalizing your curls the next day. So sometimes I don't even have to get her to wet her hair. I can just put a bit of mousse in it and it revitalizes the curls, helps them to kind of, you can hear how wet it is. Helps them to bounce up. Yeah, it does feel nice,
And
doesn't
it smells nice.
It smells nice because mummy loves hair products that smell lovely. Alright, and then Harper's hair, as much as it looks saturated with water right now, guys, it literally doesn't take too long to dry, and we'll be able to show it to you dried at the end. Right, are we ready to do your hair, Hosanna?
Yep.
Let's the mane out, huh?
Said my hair needs some washing.
It does need some washing.
Let the mane out the beauty.
Yes, the beautiful mane that is Hosanna's hair.
Gorgeous.
Yes, I might need to chop it off and put it on my head.
No.
Watch yourself in the night, fam. I'm joking. Imagine. No. Look at this hair. I thought it was funny how you kids' hair like changes from when you're young to when you get older, because like when you were a baby, your hair was not thick like this. It was so much thinner. But as you've grown older, the thickness has come in and it's so lovely. I absolutely love it. So at the moment, Grimwade Gang, we're gonna.
What happens though
sorry.
when it's hot? My hair gets so hot, so I have to put it up in the pineapple.
Yeah.
Or just do a normal
So
ponytail.
it's all off of you. Just put it up on the top of your head.
I usually put it in the pineapple though, because then it doesn't like shape it up into a ponytail.
Yeah, so that she can then just let it down again and it hasn't got like a kink in it from the hairband. Anyway, basically, so the term for like getting the curls on Hosanna's hair, like the way we like them to be, is like making her curls kind of pop. So right now, they're not popping very much at all. We're looking rather matted and flattened and stuff like that because it needs to be washed. And yeah, she's been like doing gymnastics and stuff and sleeping on it and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, you can see it's very matted. Although to be fair, I still look at it and I think, wow, your hair is absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, which is just amazing. But yeah, I'm going to shampoo and condition her hair, and then once her hair is done, you'll see what I do to it to make, like for example at the front here at the moment, it's kind of quite straight. Yeah, I think where it's been pulled back into ponytail, it's gone kind of straight. So when we wash it and condition it and stuff,
It'll go like it will get wet and then it'll like bounce back up.
Springy again.
Yeah, and it'll go curly again.
Yeah, so yeah, without any chemicals, it's just what her hair does.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. I just love it. Right, okay, so we're going to get on with showing the Grimwade Gang what we use in your hair first.
Okay.
So we've got, which one's the shampoo? Is that the shampoo or this? Right, this is the shampoo. This hydrating detangling shampoo, because as much as Hosanna's got lots of hair, her hair still doesn't take lots of like extra grease and oils.
Yeah,
so
otherwise it will like weigh it down, and it doesn't look that great when it's like weighed down. It's got loads and loads of like. Sorry guys.
No, it's not sorry, it's good.
It's got like loads and loads of products in it. I usually just put some mousse in it and then it'll...
We'll get there though at the end. But yeah, like she said, like Miss Madam said, high fives, because I think it's great that you're learning how to deal with your hair yourself. And you're only, how old are you?
8.
You're 8. So Hosanna's 8, and she, to be fair, I don't always shampoo and condition it for her. She actually does it better when she does it herself, and it comes out better when she does it herself in the shower. But for the purposes of today's video, I'll show you me doing it for her. It doesn't take a lot of grease and oil, so I have to make sure I can get as much moisture into her hair with just her like shampoo and conditioning products.
Yeah.
Like she said, we do use a little bit of mousse later on just to hold the curls. But let's get on with shampooing your hair, young lady. Let's tackle the mane. Okay. Right, is it okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Good. Okie dokie. So, Hosanna's hair is the type of hair that when you wet it, it is like Tanglesville City. Or Tanglesville. There you go. Because it's so curly, it obviously tangles up when it's wet, like even more so. So I'm going to just make sure that firstly I've got all the water going through her hair. Because again, if you just put water on it, it just kind of trickles off in the first instance. So I'm just putting the water all the way through her hair from every angle, and then I'll get the back as well. Sorry, I hope it's not going down your t-shirt too much. There we go. Right, so I've wet it up now, and then I'm going to put shampoo in your hair. I will definitely need more shampoo than this for Hosanna's hair. Huh?
Is it okay?
It does foam up a lot though.
Yeah, I really like the smell of this one.
Ah, see, all the children, they're confirming how much Mummy loves a hair product that smells nice. To be fair, you don't get too many hair products that don't smell good. I think I've only ever used one that didn't smell good, and it was like a tar shampoo. But yeah, this one I would say smells quite soapy though. It's not like a fruity one, but it's good for your hair though. Yeah. Right, so we're gonna just give your scalp a nice massage as we're washing your hair. Hosanna loves a massage in her hair when I'm washing it, and also it helps with, like, I don't know, with the hair growth. You're supposed to give your roots like a massage, and it helps stimulate hair growth apparently. So although with Hosanna's hair I don't think it needs too much stimulation because it loves to grow, which is cool. I was looking back at some of our old vlogs actually, and her hair since then has grown so much. Right, so I'm actually going to wash Hosanna's hair twice because I don't know what it is about her hair, but I just feel like for it to be washed and shampooed properly, it needs about 2 washes. So we're just going to wash it out. And of course, because I'm going to shampoo it again, it doesn't mean it doesn't matter if there's a few suds left in there. And then I'm going to do a similar amount of shampoo to what I did just then, and wash it again. And this time you see it just foams up straight away because of course it's a lot cleaner now. There we go. And then it's like on this, the closer and closer I'm getting to like having to comb her hair out, the more I'm trying to make sure I get the tangles out of her hair. So I just make sure that I try and detangle the ends as I'm shampooing it. And you'll find with some shampoos that they're no good for detangling hair at all, but this one is actually quite good. So I can actually do that without like much shedding whilst the shampoo is in. Because like with some shampoos, maybe it's the ones that are kind of like proper stripping shampoos, you can feel like it makes your hair feel like so clean, it's like squeaky, and I just don't like that so much. But when I'm using this shampoo, your hair doesn't feel like it's drying out as I'm shampooing it. So that is that nice and shampooed, making sure the edges are all done as well. I will wash it out and then carry on with your conditioner. I find with Hosanna's hair that it takes ages to get all the soap out as well. It like, I don't know, I think it's because it's so curly. And you know, like when you put like soap in a sponge and the shower gel like really like foams up, I feel like that's what Hosanna's hair is like. You put a little bit of shampoo in it and it like gets so suddy with all the bubbles that it's a bit of hard work to get all the bubbles out. So we have to rinse because I don't want any shampoo left in your hair if possible. Because we definitely have had, she's really good at it now, but when she was learning to wash out her hair, she's like, Mum, I've done my hair. And I'm like, babes, there's still shampoo in it. And she was like, I was washing it for ages, isn't it, Hosanna? Yeah. I was washing it for ages. I'm like, I'm sorry, but your hair loves to hold shampoo. And bubbles. But I remember one time combing it through and I was like, why can I hear like soap in your hair? And then I realised, oh my gosh, she didn't wash it out properly. So yeah, and it's not even quite out yet, even though we're rinsing and rinsing. Now I'm going to put the conditioner in her hair, and I'm going to use a lot of conditioner in Hosanna's hair. She needs a lot. And you get all these products and you're like, raw. I've used up like the whole bottle in just a few washes. Oh, this one smells nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I can feel, you'll be able to feel whether you need more product in your hair or not by like how your hair reacts. And I definitely need even more conditioner in Hosanna's hair here. I'm going to really make sure that I work it in at the ends, because they're what needs it. Like anybody who knows anything about hair growth will know that when you're growing your hair, what you're trying to work on is having retention, which means you're trying to minimize the hair loss. You're trying to minimize shedding, so that's why you don't want to like be pulling the ends of the hair too much and getting like loads of hair shedding, because then you're not really helping with the growth of your hair. So I know that when, for example, if Hosanna's hair doesn't get much done to it in the week, then when we do come to, and it hasn't been brushed out much or anything, when we do come to like shampoo and condition it, will have quite a lot of shedding just because we haven't brushed it in the week. So what you'd usually lose on a daily basis comes out all at once when we kind of deal with it at that one time in the week. But really and truly, when you're trying to grow your hair, you just want to have as little shedding as possible. Right, let's try and rinse it out now. So now that we're coming closer and closer to when I'm going to need to detangle her hair, I'm going to start off doing it now, like while there's a bit of conditioner in there. Even though I'm rinsing it out, I can still feel there's some conditioner, so I'm like trying to run my hands through to minimise the amount of knots that we're going to have to deal with once she's out of the shower. And one thing Hosanna does not let me do, she's like, Mum, you are not running your hands through my hair while it's dry or anything like that. So she's like, Mum, before she gets in the shower, what should I do with my hair today? Because if we need to do anything with it, I need to wet it. Right, there we go. And I'm going to turn the water off, and then we shall go and style your hair.
Okay, my hair feels really wet, Mum. Good job.
Really wet?
Yeah, really wet, like, and
I've shampooed it and washed it well, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I think the difference between also, like, when you wash your hair with your hair down versus putting your hair back in the shower, now that we need to, like...
you can get through it all, and it's...
No, but I was going to say, for when you come out now, because your head's been upside down, your hair is, like, the wrong way up. Like, the curls have all been, like, facing upwards. But when you wash your hair out backwards, when you come out of the shower, they're sitting the correct way, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I hope that makes sense, Grimwade Gang. So, I'm going to put a little bit of, just the teeny tiniest amount of Tresemme conditioner in her hair. Just, like, literally, it's so small. But just to help me... it was this same one that I let put in. I think it was Hezzy's hair as well. So it's a Salon silk one. I'm going to put a bit of that in, well, basically across my hands, just that while I'm manipulating her hair, my hands are not dry.
Yeah.
She definitely likes to make sure that she's not getting me pulling her hair too tough, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just going to help my hands not be too dry against her hair, basically. So we're going to get the tangle teaser. And am I allowed to comb it from here?
Try it first, yeah.
You want me to? No, you usually want me to do it from the ends.
Yeah, but my hair feels like really wet when you do it, so I
okay, so you feel like it will go through.
Yeah,
okay, well, there you go.
Fine, because usually when I do it, it always feels like when I come out of the shower, it's like drying
In some
already.
places,
in some places it's weird.
Yeah.
But now it's just like all wet and it's going through my hair.
Yeah, Mummy got it soaking wet. So let's show the Grimwade Gang. As much as I just brush straight from the fronts, I'm still not taking it all the way down to the ends, because I feel like once you can feel the comb kind of like starting to get caught in the like knots a little bit, you need to then work up from the ends, like from here. Sorry, the angle's a bit odd, but from here, and then work your way up through the hair. And as much as her hair is wet right now, I'm still going to section it a little bit, and then go from the end and go up through your hair. Make sure you keep your head nice and strong. Okay. So there you go. That is the length of Hosanna's hair. Look how long it is when it's stretched out. It's very, very, very long. And of course, because it's so lovely and curly, it bounces up into that big mass of curls that you saw earlier. So if I just do the next section at the back here and go from the bottom up again. Yeah. And then I'll do this side. Let me just do it in 2 bits. Just turn to the side a little bit.
Putting the hair in my face.
Sorry. And then just work my way up again, and making sure that I actually get through the curls as well.
Yeah, because sometimes if you don't get through the curls, you got so you're like, oh yeah, Mum, it's all done, and then Mummy just checks it, and then she's like, this is not done.
Yeah, it's all still knotted in the middle.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have to make sure it is combed up properly all the way through. Yeah. And then that way I just find that if there's no mattedness, if it's not matted in the middle, then it will get the movement and stuff that, you know, it's just lovely. She'll get to have her curls bouncing all over the place, whereas when it's got knots in the middle, they will get kind of like stuck together.
I love when my hair's just like bouncing everywhere, especially when I'm either on my bike or running around.
Yeah, and I think that's the same with all hair, whether your hair is straight or whether your hair is like proper like kinky and coily and curly like mine. I don't think you want to have like matted knots in the middle of the, unless you're trying to do dreads. But I even think when you're doing dreads, there's a way of doing it that you would want only a particular section to be dreaded together. Although there's some people who just like to have their hair with that one big dread. If that's your style, then hey. In fact, I was throwing this over here, but this is like how much hair that's come out from her whole head. And she's not had her hair washed like since last week. So that's not too bad for 1 week.
Yeah,
I don't think so anyway.
It's quite good.
So now I know all the knots are out, I'm going to spray a little bit of this, as much as she hasn't got any like dye in her hair or anything, because this is really moisturising, but again it's really light. It's the same, what's it called? The Hydrate Repair Cream, like milk, whatever you call it, spray from Sheer Moisture. You can you see the name of it there? Mm-hmm. And I'll put all the information in the description box anyway. So it's a very, very light spray, because Hosanna's hair
I use this in my hair sometimes, and it sometimes like helps detangling my hair.
As well, yeah.
So I use like sprays in my hair.
Yeah, rather than like really, really heavy stuff. Yeah. And then I'm just literally going to use that, and then a little bit of where is it gone? The same Aussie and Mousse that I used in, whose hair was it? Harper's, I think. Yeah. But anyway, this is the one that I'm using in Hosanna's hair. Not too much again. Just shake that up. Obviously it grows.
Oh my god.
So you put a little bit in it, it looks like it turns to a lot. And I'm just going to put this mousse through her hair, and again I'm putting it in wet now, and it's going to dry beautifully. Do you want to turn around? And then some days where we are,
it smells nice.
It smells nice. It smells like a hairdresser's. It is quite strong, this actually, but it does smell really lovely. Some days where I'm just going to refresh her curls. Look at those curls. Ping, ping, ping. They're so bouncy, and once they're dried, it's going to be so lovely and big. Yeah, so basically when I'm just trying to refresh her curls, sometimes I just use the mousse, just because it's obviously dry, and I just put a bit of mousse in, and yeah, it just comes out really nice and lovely. Yeah. And then I'm just going to brush it a little bit with the bristle brush.
Yeah, just the front.
Just the front. Just here like so.
Yeah. You don't really want to brush my curls out. Even when they're wet, they still go like straight, and then I don't really want my hair straight. Yeah. And then some of it's straight, and then some of it's curly. Yeah. It's a bit.
So we just did it because you want it to be all curly all over.
Yeah.
So I just bristle brush just the front down, and then I tangle tease at the back, and then we're gonna put. Sorry, Hosanna.
My hairband.
We're gonna put your hairband in.
Can I do it?
You can. Yeah, it's fine. Because I always catch her ears, and she doesn't like that, so she likes to fix it herself. And then, one thing that's quite vital, there you go, with Hosanna's hair, is that at the moment, for example, turn around, you'll see that where I've combed it down, the top bit here is all flat, yeah? So you might need to give us a little bit of space because she's got to shake her head back and forth so that the curls will kind of just sit. So sorry to your mirrors. Do it in that direction. There you go. And obviously when her hair's wet, it flicks everywhere. Just keep shaking it and then stop and then come up. And then that way you'll see that now, if you can see here, it's not just all flat and stuck down to her head, so that when it dries, it won't dry flat. It will dry with the curls going all the way through to the roots there. Yeah. There we go. And then we just leave that and it will dry and it will just get bigger, bigger, big. Yeah. And now we have to go to the next child. Okay, go and call your sister, please.
So you think you were right? Bring it on, prune